Mayor, you're ready.
Good evening. I would like to call the regular meeting of the Milton City Council for Monday, May 6, 2024 to order. The city strongly recommends that you review tonight's agenda carefully, and if you wish to speak on any item on the agenda, then please bring your comment cards to the clerk as soon as possible. While the Milton rules allow a speaker to turn in their comment card up until the clerk calls the agenda item, once the agenda item is called, no more comment cards can be accepted. Will the city clerk please call the roll and make general announcements?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Before I call roll for the May 6, 2024 regular City Council meeting, I would like to remind those in attendance to please silence all cell phones at this time. Those attending the meeting who would like to make a public comment, you are required to complete a public comment card prior to the agenda item being called. All speakers, when called to the podium, will address themselves with their name, home address, and organization before beginning your comment. If you are representing an organization, a notarized affidavit is required stating you have the authority to speak on behalf of that organization. If you would like to make a public comment, please bring your cards to me now. Demonstration of any sort within the chamber is prohibited. Please refrain from any applause, cheering, booing, outburst, or dialogue with any person speaking. Anyone in violation will be asked to leave. Mayor and Council, as I call roll this evening, please confirm your attendance. Mayor Peyton Jamison.
Here.
Councilmember Andrea Veerhoff.
Here.
Councilmember Doug Haney.
Here.
Councilmember Juliet Johnson.
Here.
Councilmember Carol Cookerly.
Here.
Councilmember Jan Jacobus.
Present.
And Councilmember Phil Cranmer.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next is approval of the meeting agenda. I have two edits. I would like to add a proclamation that recognizing the 55th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week after our first,
I'll do this every time.
yeah, we do it every year, surprise. I'd like to add that after our proclamation for Police Week. Then I would like to add an executive session to discuss personnel, land acquisition, and potential litigation. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, before we make a motion on the agenda, I just want, we don't need to move anything around on the agenda, but I just want to note for the record, 12A and under new business, which is the extension of the moratorium for 6 months, that's identified as being under new business. I think you'll see in the staff report that talks about a public hearing. So that's going to be a public hearing, even though it's under new business, that will be a public hearing. It's not under the public hearing portion of the agenda, but it's going to be a public hearing.
So we're going to go through the public hearing with our alcohol licenses, then we get the new business, it'll still be.
That is correct.
Okay,
Thank
but,
you, Mr. Mayor.
got it. Okay. Okay, do I have
Make
a,
a motion to approve
motion?
the agenda as proposed. Second.
okay, I have a motion from Councilmember Cranmer and a second from Councilmember Jacobus to approve the agenda as amended. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That is unanimous. Next is general public comment. Do we have any public comment?
We have one, Mayor, yes.
Okay. The next item is general public comment. Public comment is a time for citizens to share information with the mayor and the city council and to provide input and opinions on any matter that is not scheduled for its own public hearing during today's meeting. Each citizen who chooses to participate in public comment must complete a comment card and submit it to the city clerk prior to the agenda item being called. Please remember, this is not a time to engage the mayor or members of the city council in conversation. When your name is called, please come forward and speak into the microphone stating your name and address for the record. You will have 5 minutes for remarks. The city encourages you to review the agenda, and if you wish to speak, to bring your comment cards to the city clerk right now. If you will please call the first public comment.
Mayor, I invite Sarah Moen to the podium, please.
Sarah Moen, 130 Providence Plantation Drive. I joined the tail end of the January 17th, 2024 special called meeting around the time Mr. Gerard was proposing his final recommendations concerning council meeting efficiency and was alarmed that changes to public comments were being entertained at all. I'm ashamed to admit that until October 5th of last year, I lived eyes wide shut to the workings, dealings, and management of the city. That big alcohol hearing notice in the back of my neighborhood was the wake-up call I needed and the prompting to get involved and care. Thankfully, I and multiple others from our neighborhood were afforded the opportunity on more than one occasion to stand here and express our concerns. General public comments and public comments in general proved to be vitally important for our neighborhood in our fight against the liquor license in Boxwood Estates. Had the recommendations made on January 17th to modify speaking time, which would directly affect the number of speakers allowed, been considered and voted on by council, our neighborhood would never have received the airtime necessary to effectively lay out our case and defend our neighborhood. A large number of us may never have been heard. That would have been detrimental to our cause. As someone with a child who requires special accommodations from time to time, I've been keenly aware of those that have been made to groups and individuals during the council meetings I've attended over the past 6 to 7 months. Motions were made at the beginning of the council meeting, voted on, and the agendas were amended in order to make these accommodations. The first was during the December 18th, 2023 City Council meeting. The proclamation celebrating the Milton Future Eagles football team on winning the middle school state championship was moved from reports and presentations to immediately following the approval of the meeting agenda. The second was on January 17th, during the regular City Council meeting, the appointment of Mr. Keith Cardisil to the position of Chief Judge of the Municipal Court for the City of Milton, which was moved from new business to immediately following the approval of the meeting agenda. And then during the April 8th City Council meeting, the appointment of Ms. Francia Linden to the Milton Sustainability Advisory Committee was moved from new business to immediately following general public comment. Amending the agenda at City Council meetings on a case-by-case basis is appropriate and occasionally necessary to make accommodations for individuals who may not be able to sit through an entire council meeting. Upending the entire process for the sake of efficiency or convenience for council members or staff is not appropriate and should not be considered when a quick amendment to the agenda as needed is completely within your latitude. Meeting efficacy should not be sacrificed for meeting efficiency. It is a privilege for citizens to speak before council, and an even greater privilege for council to hear its constituents. The city has been awarded the Voice of the People Award, but you cannot speak for us if you do not hear us. Any changes made that discourage people from attending council meetings to speak up, or email in for that matter, should be avoided. This podium is the litmus test for how well or how poorly the residents of Milton feel you have been listening to them. We should be encouraged to vocalize our questions, comments, and concerns by any and all means possible. Public comments were not discussed during Friday's council retreat. They have not been discussed at any of the regular city council meetings or work sessions I've attended or watched online. When the recommendations presented during the January 17th special called meeting finally come before you for discussion, I hope that you will look back over the last several months and recognize the importance of our voices and vote to keep the process as is so we can continue to be heard. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comment?
That concludes public comment, sir.
Okay, we will close the public comment. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Will the city clerk please sound the items?
Mayor, that first item A is approval of meeting minutes for the 4/22/2024 regular city council meeting. It's agenda item number 24139. B is approval of the temporary license agreement between the city of Milton and Crabapple Green LLC for use of the green for the 2024 Memorial Day ceremony. Agenda item number 24140. C is approval of right-of-way and other property acquisition needed for the Crabapple Road State Route 372 Streetscape Phase 1, Project TS2-2318. Agenda item number 24141. D is approval of purchase agreement for 0.197 acres of right-of-way, 0.154 acres of permanent construction and maintenance easement, and 0.113 acres of temporary construction easement at 13450 Cogburn Road, North Park, from City of Alpharetta. It's agenda item number 24142. E is approval of subdivision plats and revisions. The first development is Ryan Goldstein, located at 2455 Bethany Bend, land lot 894. It's District 2, Section 2. It's a minor plat to subdivide the parcel into 2 lots with a total of 2.315 acres and a density of 0.86 lots per acre. The second development is Robert Patterson at 16335 Hopewell Road. It's land lot 249 and 256. It's District 2, Section 2. A minor plat to combine 2 parcels into 1 legal lot of record, a total of 1.43 acres. And our third development, that's it. I thought there was a third one. I'm sorry. It's agenda item number 24143. Mayor Jamison?
Thank you. Do you have a motion on the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion from Councilmember Haney and a second from Councilmember Verhoff to approve the consent agenda as read. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Moving on to reports and presentations, will the city clerk please say on the first item?
Mayor, this next item is a proclamation recognizing Police Week in Milton, Georgia.
Thank you. So we go through these proclamations every year. This is one of my favorites. It honors some of the best men and women in this city. They go in day in and day out, protecting us, doing everything good in this community. And I tell you what, led by Chief Griffin, y'all do a remarkable job for us. Sometimes y'all are the first face that us citizens see, and it's not us, and y'all make us look good. So thank you for everything that you do, and it's my honor to read this proclamation that will recognize Police Week in Milton. Whereas National Police Week began in 1962, proclaimed by President John F. Kennedy to honor those officers who died on duty and celebrate law enforcement's vitally important role in our country. And whereas this year, National Police Week runs from May 12th and May 18th with a large-scale gathering in Washington, D.C., along with closer-to-home commemorations in towns, cities, and counties nationwide. And whereas the City of Milton annually marks Police Week with activities that recognize excellence at the Milton Police and further strengthen its connection with our community. And whereas people are invited to join officers making a difference by participating in a blood drive on May 14th at Stone Creek Church. And whereas the MPD has also collaborated with neighboring departments in putting together an online video paying tribute to fallen officers in Georgia. And whereas Police Week will culminate at 4 p.m. on Friday, May 17th, with the Milton Police's annual award ceremony, an event that is open to all. And whereas those who work for the Milton Police are proud and honored to serve their community, and we know our community is proud of them too. Now, therefore, we, the mayor and the city council of the city of Milton, recognize May 12th through May 18th as Police Week and the exemplary members of the Milton Police. Given under my hand and seal of the city of Milton, Georgia, on the 6th day, May of 2024. Y'all will come on up. We'll give you the proclamations and have a group photo.
Guy right here.
I don't know. You gotta look pretty. Okay. Sure. Look pretty. You look good. Hey, hey, oh, I don't want to.
Quite a crowd.
Council, can you guys scoot a little bit this way? No. There we go. Good job. Now you're good. Now you're set. Better.
We'll get a selfie.
Come on. I got this. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now you want to go. Get tall.
You need a cheap phone.
I know, I'm gonna make them turn around, look at me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
So it's up for anything.
I wanted that, I forgot the other finger.
Will the city clerk please sound the next item?
You're on your own on this one, Mayor.
Good.
Please make it good, okay?
So this next item is a proclamation that recognizes the 55th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week. There you go. I called the item. Is that good?
Very good.
Every year we kind of surprise Tammy. And I tell you what,
Never
she
know
is
this one
more
here.
than just a city clerk. She does a lot for me and a lot of us, and she really does everything for us. Even picks out what color tie I'm going to wear for my photo. So thank you for all that you do. I know it's a tough job. I know the last year with the elections kind of threw everybody for a loop, but y'all all persevered, and it was fantastic. So thank you.
Thank you.
So it is my honor to read this proclamation recognizing the 55th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week. Whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists in some form in governments throughout the world. And whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk counts among the oldest of public servants, and whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk provides a professional link between citizens, local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all, and whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as an informational and document repository, often becoming the key officer for a government's historical continuity, and whereas professional municipal clerks continually strive to improve the operation of their offices through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state professional organizations, and whereas professional municipal clerks are a foundational component to a government's effective operation, and whereas it is appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments and importance of the office of the professional municipal clerk, and whereas Tammy Lowett, Milton City Clerk, plays a pivotal role in the success of the city of Milton, honorably fulfilling all of the functions of this storied profession, and whereas, in addition to effectively managing her traditional duties, Lowett also played a critical role in Milton's first locally administered municipal election. Now, therefore, we, the mayor and the city council of the city of Milton, do recognize the week of May 5th through May 11th, 2024 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our professional municipal clerk, Tammy Lowett, and to all professional municipal clerks for the vital functions they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they serve, given under my hand and seal of the city of Milton, Georgia, on the 6th day, May of 2024. Professional municipal clerk. Let's say that a bunch. Let's all go down. Are you going to stand up here?
I'll make y'all get up out of your seats. I'm special.
Let's go.
Come on, Mayor. You going to this?
I know.
He's hiding.
I brought it.
Tammy's front and center.
That's all you can.
Oh, this. Yeah. We're ready? Tammy will smile now. So 3, 2, 1.
I can do a crazy one?
And I want this on the front page of the paper.
What you wish for?
Oh, thank you.
No crazy one, Tammy?
Okay.
Okay, there are no first presentation items. Moving on to the public hearing. Will the city clerk please sound the items?
Mayor, that first item is consideration of the issuance of an alcohol beverage license to Taco Pizza LLC, doing business as Taco Nest, located at 12890 Highway 9, Suite 100, here in Milton. It's agenda item number 24144. Our finance director, Ms. Karen Ellis.
I got to run up here faster. Here we go. Good evening, Mayor and Council. We have 3 alcoholic beverage licenses for your review this evening. The first one is Taco Pizza LLC, doing business as Taco Nest. They are located at 12890 Highway 9, Suite 100. They are requesting consumption on premises of malt beverage. This was advertised in the Milton Herald on April 25th and May 2nd of 2024. Here is the location of the business as it sits on Windward Parkway, off of Windward Parkway. This will be a full-service restaurant. The seating meets the requirements of 40% of the gross square footage of the restaurant. The gross square footage was 1,902 square feet, of which the sitting area is 755 square feet, meeting the 40% requirement. It is also an existing eating establishment and derives the minimum 50% of its total gross food and beverage sales from the sale of prepared food or meals. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Any questions for Karen?
Nope.
All right, is there any public comment on this?
There is none, sir.
Okay, I'll close the public comment and I will open it for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion, we approve agenda item number 24-144.
Second?
Okay, have a motion from Councilmember Jacobus and a second from Councilmember Johnson to approve agenda item number 24-144. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Thank you. Will you please call the next item?
Next item is B, consideration of the issuance of an alcohol beverage license to Stonehouse Tap Crabapple LLC. It's doing business as Stonehouse Tap, located at 12595 Crabapple Road here in Milton. Agenda item number 24-145. Ms. Karen Ellis.
Mayor and council, this, whoops, it worked out on me. This is Stonehouse Tap Crabapple LLC, doing business as Stonehouse Tap, located at 12595 Crabapple Road. They are applying for consumption on premises, wine, malt beverage, distilled spirits, as well as resident caterer and on-premise Sunday sales. This also was advertised in the Milton Herald on April 25th and May 2nd of 2024. Here's the location in relation to other businesses with alcohol licenses close by City Hall here. This also is a full-service restaurant, meeting the 40% gross square footage requirement of the restaurant facility. Gross square footage was 1,510 square feet, with the seating area of 701 square feet, exceeding the requirement at 46%. This is an eating establishment as well and will derive a minimum of 50% of its total annual gross food and beverage sales from the sale of prepared food or meals. And if you have any questions on this one, I'll be glad to answer them.
Any questions for Ms. Karen? All right. Any public comment?
I do not, Mayor.
Okay, close public comment and open it for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion. I'd like to make a motion to approve agenda item number 24-145.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion from Councilmember Jacobus and a second from Councilmember Kramer to approve agenda item number 24-145. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That is unanimous. Will the city clerk please stay on the next item?
Mayor, item C is the consideration of the issuance of an alcohol beverage license to Chandra Group LLC. It's doing business as Milton Spirits and Wine, located at 15840 Birmingham Highway, Suite B, and here in Milton. It's agenda item number 24-146. Ms. Karen Ellis.
The last alcohol beverage license for your review is Chandra Group LLC, doing business as Milton Spirits and Wine. This was previously also a spirits, Barnyard Spirits, located at 15840 Birmingham Highway, Suite B. They are applying for package sales, wine, malt beverage, distilled spirits, and off-premise Sunday sales. This was, again, advertised in the Milton Herald on April 25th and May 2nd of 2024. And here's where the property is located in relation to other licensees off of Birmingham Road. And if you have any questions on this specific one, I'll be glad to answer them.
Any questions? Any public comment?
There is none, Mayor.
Okay, close public comment and I'll open it for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve agenda item number 24-146.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion from Councilmember Verhoff and a second from Councilmember Haney to approve agenda item number 24-146. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you. There are no zoning agenda items. Moving on to unfinished business. Will the city clerk please say on the items?
Mayor, let's move on to, there's no unfinished business. Let's move on to 12, new business. 12A is consideration of the city of Milton extending for 6 months an existing moratorium on the acceptance of new business license applications for entities that will offer consumable hemp products for sale and acceptance of applications for development permits, building permits, rezoning, zoning condition amendments, variances, use permits, warrants, or any other permit or permission that would or could reasonably result in the retail sale of consumable hemp products in the city of Milton. It is agenda item number 24-147. our city attorney, Mr. Ken Gerard.
Mayor, members of the council, as I mentioned to you during adoption of the agenda, we're going to treat this as a public hearing. You may recall that we adopted a time-sensitive version of this moratorium on April 8th, and that's the typical way we do these, is we put in place a short fuse moratorium, then run legal ads, and then have a public hearing for a much more elongated moratorium. And so that's what we're doing this evening. So there will be a public hearing after I do my presentation. Moratoriums are important. Moratoriums allow governments, not only City of Milton, any government, to be able to stop certain types of uses so we can take a look at them from a regulatory perspective. And that's what we're doing here with respect to hemp products. I don't have to tell you all, but the hemp industry and the products derived from hemp has exploded. They're taking it on at the General Assembly level, and we too want to take a look at it with respect to protecting the public health, safety, and welfare of our own residents. So what this moratorium would do would be to add a 180-day or 6 months moratorium where we're stopping anybody from getting a occupation permit or business permit, or coming in and seeking a specific land use accommodation to construct or operate a retail establishment that will sell these hemp products. The reason for that is to give staff enough time to research it, decide whether or not we need to have more robust rules to regulate it, if not altogether prohibit it. So after the public hearing, Mr. Mayor, should the council choose to, you can adopt this resolution that will put a stop while we consider this matter further.
Any questions for Ken? Do we need any public comment?
We do not, Mayor.
Okay, we'll close the public comment and I'll open it for a motion.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to accept agenda item number 24-147.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion from Councilmember Cranmer and a second from Councilor Jacobus to approve agenda item number 24-147. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That is unanimous. Okay, will the city clerk please say on the next item?
B is a resolution of the City of Milton, Georgia, enacting an emergency moratorium on acceptance of applications for use permits, rezoning, zoning condition amendments, or any sort of approval considered a zoning decision by the zoning procedures law for property within the Deerfield Highway 9 area. Agenda item number 24-148. Mr. Ken Gerard.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, thank you very much. So this is the time-sensitive moratorium. So that one was the longer one. This moratorium is when we're doing the more shorter fuse 30-day one. And so the clerk has been good enough to put up on the regulating plan with respect to the Deerfield Highway 9 area. This moratorium has to do with land use decisions. And as the council is aware, we are really looking hard, staff are, with respect to the land use regulations and accommodations we want to have in this Deerfield Highway 9 area, uniquely those portions of this area that are impacted by the form-based code. So what this moratorium would do would basically put a stop on any land use applications coming in for a period of 30 days. We'll have a longer public or a longer durational moratorium in 30 days. You'll have a public hearing, but this is the way we immediately sort of stop anybody coming in seeking land use permissions on those parcels that are governed by the form-based code in this area, while we can once again get our land use initiatives in order. Mr. Mayor, that's what this does this evening.
Very well said. Any questions for comments for Ken? No? All right. Any public comment on this?
I have none, sir.
Nope. Thank you. Okay, I will open it for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion, we approve agenda item number 24-148.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion from Councilor Jacobus and a second from Councilor Johnson to approve agenda item number 24-148. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Nope, that is unanimous. We'll move on to council reports. Anything to report on, council?
I do.
Councilman Cookerly?
Councilor, I'm not completely opposed to being the bad guy on numerous issues. I think it's time that we correct the record. Folks, this whole thing that Ken Gerard was trying to steer us in a direction to change public comment to somehow squelch the voices of the people is not at all how it came about. In fact, we simply asked because there are a number of people have complained that they come to council and they can't get a word in edgewise because there are people that are at the podium frequently for long periods of time, and we see them leave, but the people who are front-facing don't. And then you hear from them, and they make some good points. So the question was that we posed to council, what do other municipalities do? What can we learn from them? That's all you presented, and somehow it's become a life of its own. There's no threat to public comment in the city of Milton. Now, we may change some things, and I think we should, and my colleagues may or may not agree, but this is, I mean, it's not necessary. Nobody's going to be stifled. So that's my report.
Okay. Any other council reports? With that, I'll ask a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss personnel, land acquisition, and potential litigation. Do I have a motion?
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn into executive session as proposed.
Second.
Okay, have a motion from Councilmember Kramer and a second from Councilmember Verhoff. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That is unanimous. reconvene. All in favor? Aye. Do I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.